Hello, once again. Welcome back to the My Business Launch Secrets YouTube channel, where I am documenting a journey from going from zero to $1 million and starting a new online business, doing it from scratch, as a guy who does have a day job, family, and various other responsibilities. So today, finally did it. I completed episode 1 of the podcast that I am building for my new business, which is the PhD Boss. The podcast name will be the PhD Secrets. And I'd mentioned that I'd recorded the episode. Well, I've recorded, I guess, 3 episodes now at this point, but have not actually gone through and edited them down yet. Although that's something I worked on today, this evening slash this morning, since it is now quite early in the AM. But I wanted to at least get the first episode done. I had done a lot of editing in terms of like kind of clipping dead space and whatnot out of the episode yesterday, and then today I had to figure out like how you do the whole like if you have two different camera angles, how do you merge those different angles. And so there's a very good video on the YouTubes. There's lots of good videos on the YouTubes, but one in particular was like kind of an hour long, big overview of DaVinci Resolve, which is the editing tool that I am using, which happens to be totally free, by the way. It's crazy that totally free tool that has significant capability already. And I mean, you can get like an upgraded version of it for relatively cheap, like $250. I mean, it's cheap compared to a lot of other high-end video editing tools. And I mean, DaVinci Resolve is something that professionals use themselves, so it's not as though it's some hack job that's put together by some Russian hackers or whatever. But anyway, so I went through that video, learned a bit more about all the various sort of components within the editor, and did end up learning a trick about multicam editing, although because I had already made a bunch of clips previously, I couldn't use this one trick that the guy talked about. But anyway, it's good to know for the next episode that I need to put together. I think there's a slightly easier way to do it than what I did, so hopefully save me a little bit more time on the next go around. But in any case, finally got it all put together. Also, went back and tweaked the audio and even the color of the video, the coloring, I guess they call it. Even though I'm, again, far from a video editing expert, I just move some buttons around and I don't know, it looks fine to me. It's fine. I just wanted mainly to have something that looked like, somebody, the guy who made it, actually cared at least a little bit about what he was doing. And again, once I get this thing growing and start making money in this business, then sure, I'll start to ship this out to more professional video editors that can do this for me full time. Because I'm certainly not going to have the time to do it, at least not to the degree that I'd like. And it was kind of interesting because today I got a comment on one of these Business Launch Secrets YouTube videos of a guy or gal, whoever was, saying like, hey, whatever, saw your video, appreciate what you're doing, documenting this journey, but giving me a critique then that I use a lot of crutch words, uhs and ahs, and have a lot of dead space basically in these videos that I'm doing for you right now, which definitely I do. And it's again because I'm doing zero editing on these videos. So to whoever you are, if you're watching this video, certainly appreciate the feedback. It's just not something I'm going to do or worry about. I think the suggestion was for me to map out, write myself a little agenda or whatever for what I want to talk about, which does help kind of keep you on task. And so if you kind of know generally what you're going to talk about, then obviously you shouldn't have the need for a lot of dead space and whatnot. And again, totally true. Just not something we want to do for these videos, because these are more like just my verbal diary and stream of consciousness. Trying to, again, minimal time invested into doing this, what I'm doing now. The main purpose of what this is all about is me holding myself accountable to something I committed to doing back 71 days ago or whenever. Since it's been, I've now done 71, more than 71 videos, but on the day sequence, or I'm at day 71. So, so this is really for me. And you could ask, well, why do you even bother putting something on YouTube? I mean, you could just record it yourself, and that's true. I could just record it myself and keep a video on my computer, or I'm recording this on Loom, so Loom just saves everything for me anyway, so why do I have to bother with actually uploading it and making it public on the YouTubes? And that's a good question, but I'm, again, trying to follow some advice that I have gathered over the past year of listening to different experts in this arena, and one of them in particular, Russell Brunson, talks a lot about, which I think he actually got it from somebody else, but the idea that we need to all be documenting our journey in our business doings, because in the business itself, in terms of whatever your business is, documenting what you're doing, kind of behind the scenes sort of thing, helps generate interest in your business from your potential customers, and also serves as a way of generating more content for all your various sources of traffic to help in the marketing pitch. And it also helps people just see that you're not some faceless company, but you're a real person trying to do this, and you've got ups and downs just like everybody else in the friggin' world. So he said that, and I knew that, well, I don't have a business at that time. I was starting from scratch, so I was like, well, I'm not going to document a journey of a business that doesn't exist yet. So I just figured, well, I'll just create this YouTube channel that talks about launching a business, and I will document things here because it's something. And again, why do I make it public even? Well, again, I think it's kind of part of the accountability, since I don't really have an accountability partner, or I'm not paying for any sort of coaching stuff at this point, because I think that's a little unnecessary when you haven't actually made any money yet. There's plenty of free information to keep yourself on task. And so this is one action that I committed to doing, again, back 2.5 months ago or whatever now. And that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing these videos. I'm not trying to trick the YouTube algorithm or whatever to push more viewers to these videos. I think I have learned a few things just in some of the wording and keywords that I've used in the various videos, so it's been a helpful learning experience, but none of that was really done intentionally to drive more traffic to this channel. It's just kind of a byproduct, you could say, of what the words that I just happened to put together in the video. So I just wanted to make that clear, that I realize these videos kind of suck, and nobody's really going to sit through and watch a 20-minute video about some dude just rambling on about his day and his thoughts in his business for that day. But that's fine. But the other piece of this is that, again, I know I'm going to reach the levels of success that I'm looking for personally. Whether I get there in a year or it takes me longer, it doesn't really matter. But I think it will be very interesting, like once I get to that level of being like even $1 million a year business or something, having all of these videos that I can kind of go back and look at and extract little nuggets of information for maybe future content in a different context or something, I think that would be pretty cool to do. Alex Hormozy has been pushing all of his social media stuff because he talks about he's documenting his journey to become a billionaire. When he's already like a, I don't know, what's he, 8-figure net income is my guess. Maybe, I don't know, $50 million or something. His net worth, not income, but worth, his total net worth. And he's already at that level. And so again, he's trying to get from there to the billion to his next big milestone. So obviously that's where he's at. I'm starting much earlier in the process and documenting the road to get there. So anyway, again, appreciate the comments, appreciate the feedback. Anybody wants to leave on this channel, that's totally cool. Just recognize that this is not about trying to get more traffic and get a bunch of people to subscribe to this channel or whatever. At least not yet. I mean, again, if I get to that point of success and have money to invest in people to help me make these a little bit more professional, then maybe I'll do that, So, in any case, I'm gonna go to bed since it's super late and still have to get up early. I have to get up early kind of regardless every day because I got young kids, and young kids my kids anyway, seem to kind of rise and fall with the sun more or less. Although not exactly always in the evenings in terms of when the sun sets, they want to go to bed. But definitely when the sun rises in the morning, their asses are up out of bed. And that means, 6:30 or so, they're standing next to my bedside just waiting for me to wake the hell up. So that's only some hours away from right now. So I'm going to hit the sack. Hope you're all doing well. Look for that once I'm back on the podcast thing. So I edited the first video. I've got 2 others already recorded. I just need to do the editing. I probably want to record another 1 or 2, get those fully edited and done. That gives me, again, about like 2 months or not 2 months, maybe 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks of content, of podcasts that I can go and schedule, pushing them out like twice a week or something to the podcast hosting platform as well as the YouTubes on the PhD Boss YouTube channel. And then that'll start the crank turning. Of course, I guess actually before I do that, I do need to finish the funnel because in the podcast, I talk about that people should go to my funnel to see what's going on there. So I guess I need to be sure that is actually functioning and complete in a way that I like it before I push the podcasts out. Obviously, I'm not going to get like instant traffic, people listening to it, but you never know who will listen to it. So might as well be sure all those pieces are in place. So still a ways from getting all that officially launched. We're here still in early December, so hopefully I can get this done like before the holidays. Get it birthed into the world, and then really be able to keep turning the crank, come the new year, in terms of pushing out content, honing in the craft of doing all that stuff, and just start to see what kind of response I get, if there's any response at all, or again, maybe this is not the right path and I'll have to shift to, something else in the future. I don't know. So in any case, keep on kicking ass, taking names, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.